to Pallegney, and I have collected most of the bales. I have fished the ones out of the river. I actually had to go fishing with the arm on the bale collector because even super strength wouldn't let me pick them out. They seem to go under some kind of plane that you couldn't pick them up off of. So yep, we had to go fishing, and luckily I'd brought a big tractor over because it didn't drown. I'm not sure what we're going to be doing next in this video, so I thought I might as well just make a start and we'll see where we go. The cows seem to have a reasonable amount of food, so I'm going to possibly risk skipping through the night. That feels a little bit risky, but what's the worst that can happen, eh? They are just digital cows. I'm then thinking that we might be able to move some of the cows back into the pasture, depending on where they are. And I'm also thinking that we could move the calves into their own calf pen. So that will help with separating out some of the feeding requirements. I need to check on the age of the heifers to see if that's worth doing or not. I think it probably is. And we can move the bull as well back into the field. But we'll have a look and see. I might not do that. It really depends on their age. I'd say I've done zero prep for this video. It's I'm on the road this week. I'm not sure at all when I will get to upload this video because I'm reliant on hotel internet and the fact that the Wi-Fi antenna for my PC has snapped. So it's okay, I've got my laptop with me, so I'll just transfer them across to the laptop and upload them from there. We will adapt and overcome, and I'll just buy a new Wi-Fi antenna. It's fine. It's one of the risks of crashing into everything. No, stuffing your PC into a laptop, which is where that computer goes when we're traveling. And when I say we, I mean me. Yeah, it is what it is. So finding a few niggles with that as I use it more and more, but you know, it's one of those things. It's, you know, it's not like it's going to be expensive to replace a Wi-Fi antenna, is it? So yeah, it'll be fine. And all the random noises you hear will be me moving about and shuffling as I sit in an uncomfortable hotel internet chair. You might be hearing the noise from the cooling fans of the mini PC because it is right next to me, rather than usually when I use it, it's sat on the floor under a table. So yes, I know PC shouldn't be on the floor, blah 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 blah. I clean the dust out of it, it's fine. And it's mostly big clumps of dog hair which are easy to pull out. So yeah, we're just going to see what happens and try and make some progress today. You know, that's how it goes. So yes, this week is going to be a little bit more random because what was going to be a night away in a hotel for work and a couple of days away has turned into 4 nights away in hotels and traveling to a few different places. So yeah, bear with me, as I said. Hopefully I'll be getting some level of internet to be able to upload everything. The hotel that I've picked for tomorrow claims to come with free Wi-Fi, but that's no guarantee when you're traveling, certainly in the UK, that you'll have anything near Wi-Fi enough to upload the kind of size of files that I'm trying to upload. So yeah, we've got 26,000 litres of food, 12,000 litres of straw, so we should be good. What I want to look at is the ages. So these guys have still got quite a while to go before they're going to reproduce, so there is value potentially moving them back into the field. The bull, obviously, we can just move around as needed. I don't want to put him in the pen on his own because he'll get bored. I know, just said it's a digital cow, but in fact, that is the one. And then we've got our 6 calves, which when I sleep will become a year old. So then we can move them to go somewhere else. And there's loads of milk, which is, if we can't get that back out, I might have to do some XML trickery. There are some changes coming with how milk works and feeding in the update. So I might do an XMLery so we can get access to that if we need it. I really do feel like putting some more straw in just because it looks a bit bare. So bear with me. Yeah, I know. I'm a comic genius. Comic genius. Unappreciated in my own time and sometimes by some of you watching. But hey, if you don't like it, don't watch. You know, you don't have to watch. So, yeah. And I'm not bitter if you don't watch either. Like the Murphys, as they say. I make these videos because I enjoy making them, not for you lot. The fact that people watch them is kind of a bonus. So, yeah. You can always tell the new folks in the comments, I find. There is a little bit of a rant on the way, potentially. I know some of you enjoy a little bit of a rant. Kind of get fed up with the comments about how I sound. This is how I sound. I don't have medical problems that affect my voice. I haven't smoked all my life. And all that other bollocks people think causes the way that I sound. Is that all the straw we've got? No. Okay. I sound the way I sound because that's how my voice sounds. It's always sounded this way. And it sounds different in real life to how it sounds when it's recorded. So what you hear is not what someone in real life hears when they speak to me. And yeah, I kind of get fed up with it sometimes. I'm not bitter about how my voice sounds. But yeah, if you don't like how I sound in my videos, then fuck off. You don't need to comment on it. You can just fuck off. And I have this wonderful policy that I might interact with you once or twice, but beyond that, I won't see what you say anyway. So, you know, I kind of feel that I in the long term, I find that funny because, you know, when maybe in FS25 you're playing with Terralife and you want to ask a question about how Terralife works, and you know, the person that probably, and I'm not going to sound big-headed here, the person who's probably got the tutorial that you want to ask a question on is me, and no one will see your comment. And you'll just be sat there wondering why you're being ignored. And now you know why you might be being ignored. Because you annoyed me. And I don't have to deal with people on the internet. That's my choice. So, yeah. And the way that I deal with people on the internet that annoy me is they get blocked from YouTube and anywhere else that I need to block them from. So, yeah. But it's always the new people. I know you guys that enjoy my videos don't care how I sound. In fact, some of you think it adds to the videos. Some of you enjoy falling asleep listening to me ramble away. Some of you just accept that that's how I sound. And then some new idiot turns up and thinks they have to diagnose some medical condition or some other shit. So, yeah. Anywho. Can you tell it's been a long day? Well, it has been a long day. I was going to rant about this shit anyway. That cow pen looks much better now. It's got some more straw in it, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Hey, we're nearly full. Awesome. So for those of you that didn't know, let's make this somewhat educational. That's a police car going past. Hotel's on a really busy road. You probably hear cars and all sorts of stuff going past. Litter is straw or bedding. So, you know, I guess if you're playing with a straw harvest, then maybe it'll be something else. But litter is essentially straw or bedding. So, yeah. Now you know. You are edumacated. And what we're going to do is be a little bit lazy and just go No, it's not going to let us do that. Okay. We will not be a little bit lazy. It will be a very realistic and robust farmer. I was going to say virtual farmer, but that's someone different. And that's not me. He's a very cheery chap who sounds very enthusiastic in his videos. And we'll leave the bales in. And let's just do that. And there we go. It'll drop in rather nicely. Realism is key, folks. Realism is key. Alright. So we can probably drop that down. I mean, at the very least, there's probably some field work we need to do in terms of fertilizing some fields once we've slept. Yeah, so let's pull the trigger and hope that when we wake up in the morning, the cows aren't all hungry and desperately in need of food and have 0 health and are half dead. Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? That'd be nice. We'll see. There we go. So we've got a decent growing amount of manure. Now, it says they've got food. Have they all got food is the question. So there are scraps of food. There are scraps of food. So, yeah. But we do need to feed them. So the heifer calves are basically on a mixture now of milk and calf hay. We've got the hay cleaner so we can make calf hay. And what I want to do in particular now is move the calves. Move. I'll get my coat. The other thing that I want to do is go quickly check on the cow field. So let's jump on the little quad bike. I know health and safety, no crash helmet. I'll be fine. I never crash. I never crash. No look across the road. We'll be fine. Let's just run up here. Have a quick look in the pasture. And we're at growth state 13. So I think we could maybe bring the cows back up here. At least for a little while. Let them graze. I think that might not be a bad idea. Can we? Has this thing got straps? It has got straps. Should we do something rather silly? Yes. Brilliant idea. I like your thinking, folks. I like your thinking. What's our silly idea? Well, we're going to take the animal cane. We're going to... No. Open the animal dialogue box. We're going to take our... You select 30. Move to trailer. Yes. Why, thank you. Bull calf. Pull. Select. Move to trailer. Yes. Okay. Excellent. And then you. And then Parson. And then we will move all of our cows with our quad bike. Remember, I did say realism is indeed key. Don't be angry, Paul. Unfasten. Up the animal cane. Open the animal dialogue box. Select. Yes. Move to husbandry. Yes. Select. Move to husbandry. Yes. Excellent. Ah, do they have water? Do they have water? They have a little bit of water, but we should probably get them some more water. And there's a little bit of food, and they will graze more food. Remember, folks, I'll say it again. Realism is key. And what that's going to do is just help with the loading of feed on the... oh, we even filled it with water. Awesome. That's not going to work. The feed load on the pasture, on the shed here. So let's park that there. That'll be fine. Let's get an appropriate tractor for the water trailer, which I think is going to be the little Massey because it's cool and it's fun. And there's our hay cleaner. I actually put that in for a stream, and it's going to turn out to be useful. Let's just kick this back, and we'll go through here. Maybe this time I can put the water trailer away when I finish with it. Unlikely, I hear you say. Probably. Very probably. Yeah, let's go up to the field. I'm going to do a few loads of this, so I probably won't make you watch me run backwards and forwards doing that. No update on the update. Just have to be patient, folks. It'll come when it's ready, when Giants are done with it, and then whenever any updates have been done to the update, and then it's gone back and Giants are done with it again. That's how this stuff works. I'm not going to do the whole the more you ask, the longer it takes that some modders always say, because I think that's dumb. That's not how it works. It's a process that's not based on the number of questions asked by random people. It's a process of how long it takes Giants to test it, how many errors they find or not, how long it takes for those to be fixed, and then resubmission and retesting. That's how it works. Not Frank asked 4 questions, therefore it takes 4 times longer. No, it's a process. It gets followed. So, yes. Anyway, I'm going to fill up the water trough up at there, and then we'll have a look at moving the calves. So might have to do a bit of XML in the background to get the milk out and into the shed for the calves. But I want to separate those out because I think that makes sense. Then we can do the calf hay and the milk for those, and then we can, and in theory, we'll keep the other ones in the shed because we're milking those. That makes sense to me. And then we'll have a look at if there's any jobs we need to do. So, yeah. I'll be back. Okay, so done the water. Going to grab the animal cane to move the 6 calves. Now, maybe putting them where I'm going to put them is not super realistic, but do I care? No, I don't. So we are experiencing gameplay rather than worrying about being super realistic. And so I'm going to put them in, rather than putting them in calf igloos, we've got some rather nice animal pens just here where they will be absolutely fine, hopefully. So let's move you, and then let's move you. Should I be housing bulls and heifers together? Very good question. Well asked. Yeah, I don't know. So we don't need to give them water, but we do need to give them food, and we do need to give them straw. So we have the hay cleaner here. This is a production that comes as part of Terralife. You put hay in, you get calf hay out. It essentially removes the dust and cleans the hay. So it's raining. Lovely. We have hay, don't we? We have hay around the corner. Yeah, we do. I remembered. So let's go get some hay. Let's go get a bale of hay. Only a tiny bale, but it might be enough. We might need more. I'll put it in the top. Does it want to go in? Do you want to go in? Do you want to go in? I know what I'm doing. Honest. Sure, this takes bales. So it turns out it doesn't take bales, having been and looked at the mod. So we need to use the cut bales mod now. If you were paying attention when I did the stream, you might have seen that and remembered it. I did not remember it, so yeah. And what I did remember is whatever I put in it during the stream is not in there anymore, because that was a piece of gameplay that someone forgot to save. So yes, that's why it's empty. I actually thought there was some in there because I remember putting hay in there, and then I forgot that I didn't actually save the game after I streamed for like an hour and a bit when I was talking to Farm Sim Tim, and then I redid all of the stuff, but that bit I didn't redo. So yeah, I obviously replaced the. Oh, maybe I didn't do it on that. No, I didn't do it on that stream. I did it on a stream with the alien port. Anyway, what we do is we tip it in, then we can turn it on. There we go, into productions, we turn it on, it will start cleaning the hay, and then we come down here, and we will be able to take hay out of there. The other thing we need is for these guys the mother's milk still, which is all in here. There it is, 9,000 litres of it. So I'm going to go get that moved across with the magic of XML, because I think that's something that at the moment you can't do because it doesn't show up in the milk up here. So I don't think you can take it out. That's one of the changes that's happening as part of the update. So yeah, I'll get that moved across, and then when the weather improves, the lupine is ready. There we go. It's got a lovely brown colour. So we'll have a look at harvesting that. Moved milk across. I say I'm only doing it in the XML because that's based on what I've heard the guys saying about the changes they need to make in the background, that I'm assuming it doesn't work. And I was feeling a little bit lazy this evening. It's been a long day at work. I left home quite early in the morning and had a lot of faff getting the mobile gaming setup working this evening. So if you don't know, when I travel, actually I use it at home quite a bit as well. So I have a mobile gaming setup that's got a couple of portable monitors and a mini ITX PC, and I could not get one of the monitors to work this evening. I think I need to replace one of the cables, and so I was panicking a little bit. It took me about half an hour to actually get it all up and running, and so yeah, I basically didn't feel like doing a load of faffing with getting that moved across. So if you need a bit of realism, I used a milk trailer to move it from the feed store there across to the other one. Okay, we good? Awesome, excellent. Wouldn't want you to feel the suspension of disbelief there. So the lupine is ready. How's the weather forecast looking? We're going to dry up at about 8 o'clock, which is pretty good. What I'm going to do is we're going to do some lazy feeding of the cows. So now this is probably a little bit silly, but I think we'll be okay. Basically, I just want to top them up a bit, but while we go do the harvesting. I don't feel like mixing a TMR mix right now, is essentially the reason. So I dropped the hay bale that I was messing about with there, and obviously we used the other one. I'm going to grab some maize silage and just chuck that in. The maize silage will act as a mix. It's going to be a pretty complete food for the cows, so it'll sustain them for part of the day while I do the combining, and that's basically what I want it to do. So yeah, probably I'm going to put a couple of I guess forkfuls full in. I just don't want them to run out of food. And it's a little bit of a demonstration. So I need to put some straw in the calves as well. So if we have a look, you'll see that they're all in the, apart from base food, they're all in the high 200s or low 200s to 100s-ish. So if I tip this in now, you'll see that basically everything has jumped up. So, and that's intentional, not a bug. All of the different feed elements, as I've said several times, act as mixtures. So, by feeding maize silage, we fill many bars. And that's how the feeding is set up at the moment. You can obviously edit that yourself if you wish to make it more complex. But today, I'm going to take advantage of that. And here come the cows, get themselves some silage. Now, in a way, elements of this are maybe realistic. And I mean, some of it is set, like the grass mixtures are set up to enable grazing, or if you're doing indirect grazing and you're cutting grass, bringing it back to the field. That reminds me actually of a question someone had on the Discord about they were cutting and trying to store unwrapped grass bales and they rotted. That's because that's what happens. Oh, we had a bit of a miss there with the old maize silage. I have to go in and clean that up. Generally, if you're cutting grass in farming to feed to animals, you're feeding it to them. We're not going to get in there, maybe get in the other end. You're not storing it to keep because it's going to lose its... No, we're not going to get in there. It's going to lose its nutritional value. So, you know... This is not base game farm sim, folks. You're not going to cut grass and bale it and store it. If you're cutting grass, you're wrapping it for silage or you're tedding it for hay if you're going to store it. And if you do, it's going to last 72 weeks at the moment. And that number is going to increase with the update. So, yeah. But you could be, you know, if you didn't want... If you had a big herd, obviously you can't put them out in the pasture to graze. But what you might have is a huge grass pasture that you're mowing and bringing them fresh grass. I quite like that method of feeding in the period where grass is growing. I have used that quite frequently. There we go. They've got plenty now, so they'll be good. They'll be good for a while. The rain is about to stop. I need to go change the header on the combine anyway. We also need to drop that mulcher off the back and just give the calves some hay. I might need to put in a manure pit for that cow pen. I'm not sure. It's got its own slurry pit, but it might need a manure pit. I'm going to give them some straw. Keep them happy. We need to clean some more hay probably as well. I might put another bale of hay in there later on. Oh, has the straw gone into the feed trough? Yeah. There's a tricky one. There's a tricky one. I wasn't expecting that to happen. Yoda impression. That didn't happen with the other one. Okay. Okay. We'll get another bale, I guess. And I guess I'll stay further away this time. You can be dropped off. I guess that's a disadvantage of straw being part of the feeding. It's a small little bale. I think what we'll do... It could be fun with having to thread the needle between the two of them as well. Yeah. Wish me luck, folks. Wish me luck. We'll do it from here. Yes. That was the plan all along, obviously. Obviously, that's the way to do it. You blow it in through the side of the pen. Yes. Yes. Perfect. Hopefully at some point they'll start eating straw. Brilliant. That'll do. That'll do, pig. Well, cow. And in that time the rain has stopped. So all is well with the world. Right. Combine. Let me go swap the headers over. And I'll see you in the lupine field. And hopefully this is the correct implement for the job. Never, ever done anything with lupine before. So we will see what happens. And this is the reason that I planted this crop, because I was curious as to how it would behave. So we don't get a straw swath. That's fine. Yeah, I think this was planted. I don't think there was a feeding goal behind this one. I think it was more I haven't done anything with this before, so let's plant it and see what happens. And yeah, here we are in the field with the combine. So I'm not sure what that is growing in the corner there, but you know, quite a short crop. It's quite a short crop. And it's not very white anymore. It's more kind of crusty brown lupine. Also curious, because we're into autumn now, whether the apple trees have kicked in. We might save that for next time. Keep you on the old tenterhooks. See if you want to tune in for next time. Who knows? Maybe you will. Maybe you won't. It's more I can't be bothered to go do that as well. Yeah, that's the real reason. Let's just have a quick check of the map. I wanted to have a look at the grass. Now the grass is not ready yet. Lots of the map has things we could be doing, and I would recommend, if you're playing and you have the time, to be looking at things like contracts and stuff. And I spoke about this before, haven't I? You know, particularly with, you know, baling contracts and stuff, you're going to get paid and you're going to get feed. And particularly in that first year like we're in, you're going to get feed. that ferments instantly if it's silage. And that's really helped us out with the clover contract that I did. Because without it, we'd have been struggling to make TMR. And we needed to. So, you know, get on those contracts early on. You'll do yourself a favour with the cash flow. You'll do yourself a favour with your forage flow. Is that a thing? The flow of forage into the farm? I think it probably is. So in the area where I live, they have now chopped maize. I missed it. Now it's only a few fields where I live. There's a few more than last year, but there's only a few fields. And I went out one day and they'd all been chopped, which was, you know, it would be nice one year to catch them. It's so unlikely, you know. The odds of happening to be going past as they're chopping the corn, particularly as I don't really go out randomly that much, is quite low, but it would be cool. So yeah, anyway, there's that. I've got to say, it was a pretty sad looking crop towards the end. It was a pretty sad looking crop, but hopefully the farmer got out of it what they want. I assume that they must sell it to one of the few local dairy farms. There are a few dairy farms around where I live. I have learnt that. They make the best milk. I haven't been there in a while, actually. And I haven't spoken about it in a while. But they do have the best milk. So, like a lot of farms, they have a milk machine. You go along. You can either take your own bottle, or you can... Oh, sorry about that. Or you can get a bottle there, and yeah, it tastes nothing like milk from a supermarket. It's so good. If you have near you a farm that you can buy direct from, do it. You are doing yourself and your local farmer a massive favour. The reason I haven't been recently is they are not really particularly local for us. They are a 20-minute drive, and it's not anywhere that's on a route to anything that we go to particularly regularly. Less so now. It's on the way to and from where we buy dog food from, and because of recent events, we buy dog food significantly less often. In fact, we haven't brought dog food in about a month, because the two dogs that we have now eat about a third of the dog food that we used to be buying. So yeah, we used to have to buy dog food every couple of weeks with the 2 freezers that we had for dog food, and now we buy dog food probably every month or so. So yeah. But I used to quite often, if I was doing the dog food run, I would stop in at that farm and pick up some milk and have a look at the other stuff that they had, and maybe pick some bits and pieces up. It was good. They've actually diversified as well. I'm not sure where the other farm is, but they've set up another milk vending machine at another farm that's not theirs. It's not, I'm not sure if it's another, I don't think it's another dairy, obviously. But yeah, they've set up another milk vending machine at another farm to obviously allow people to get their milk at another location. I think that's really cool. So yeah, if you get on the old Google, or other search engines are available. Do you Google real life, folks? Actually, I'm really bad at that. I rely so heavily on the old Google. But yeah, get on Google. Have a bit of a search around. You don't want that up. And see if you can find a local farm. And let's see. The best dairy I've ever had is from the local farm near where we live. You'll probably find the best dairy you've ever had comes from a local farm near where you live. The best meat I have ever had has come fresh from the farm. A little bit of an OBS crash there. If you're a regular, you've heard some of these stories, but if you're not, these are new stories, and so hey, enjoy. One of the towns that I lived in, I used to live near a rather large farm that had its own butchers, and it actually had a commercial abattoir on it, but they used to butcher their own meat and sell direct to the public. So good, so good. I'm not a big fan of chicken, but their chicken tasted totally different to chicken you buy from a supermarket. It was really good. They carried all of the different meats. I'm not sure. I think they raised their own cows, but yeah, the steak. So, buying a rump steak from their farm, and you would, they would get the whole cut of rump steak out, and you would choose how thick you wanted your steak cut, and it was, it was as good as any higher, at least as good as supermarket sirloin steak or whatever. When we were on holiday up north, I went to Pemberton's farm shop and I brought steak from there, and it was really good. Yeah, support your local farmers if you can. If you can't, that's fine. I know sometimes it's seems more expensive to buy from a local farmer. I get that, and if you can't, it's fine. Don't feel bad. Do what you can. Then the dairy that I've banged on about a bit today, their milk is no more expensive than buying it from a supermarket. It's just the fact that you have to go there and buy it. But it is so worth it. So yeah, if you're bored one day, just have a look on Google, see if you can find a local farm that sells milk direct. Maybe if it's a bit far, do it on a weekend. Jump in the car, have a bit of a drive, on the way back, pick some milk up. I'm pretty sure you won't regret it. At the very least, that farm and farmer has probably made, 4 times what they would have got from selling it to a supermarket. That number I've completely picked out of my arse, and I have no idea if it's correct or not. But it'll be a hell of a lot more than they would have made selling to a supermarket. So yeah, it's definitely, and maybe it'll be a cool experience. The one that I go to, you basically go into a little hut and use a vending machine. But they do have, like open days and stuff. I've not been to any of them. That's kind of not my thing. They're a bit peoply. But if you enjoy that kind of thing, maybe you can, have a bit more of an experience there. I think, the one that I go to, I think they're quite open to people wanting to talk to them and whatever, but it's just not my thing. So, yeah. That wasn't quite what I meant to do, but that'll do. That's fun. I was watching Mr. CDP's map tour of Marnux's map, and he was talking about the fact that when he's moving around, he would, so he'll get out of his tractor on the correct side, and he'll walk round to whatever he's going to get into, and he'll get in on the correct side. And that just made me think of that, because I am not someone who does that. I will, I'll be... I'm the person who will run up behind it and jump in as soon as I can. Yeah, I know. And it's kind of... it's one of the things that I think is kind of funny, given that I represent a modding team which is all about mods that are about realism and about adding realism and complexity to the game. But for me, the bit about these mods, which is cool, is that they add realism to the way the game works, not in the way you have to play, There are different levels of realism. I like that you have to do realistic feeding. I like that you have to grow crops so that you can produce realistic feed. That doesn't mean that I have to, you know, get the keys out of my pocket and getting the combine on the correct side and indicate when I'm going around corners and all that other stuff. If that's your thing, awesome, crack on. I've always said that there is no wrong way to play farm sim, except for the way that you do it. Yeah, you. No, you're right, you're okay, you're cool. But you're doing it wrong. Okay? Stop. Now, honestly, if you enjoy how you play farm sim, it's not wrong, because it's a video game. It's about having fun. It's about, you know, whether that's, you know, you get in from work, you want to relax, you stick it on, you play how you want to play, you know. I have my opinions about how I like to play, and that's that. And other people have their opinions about how they like to play and what's correct or not. It's for them, you know. If you want to be carrying tractors around because you want them in the right place and you can't be bothered to drive them there, it's fine. If you want to spend all your time chopping down trees, it's fine, you know. Now, there are things that having just said that you can't do, you know, like you can't store grass forever because the alien and Braven said no, okay? But most things do what you want, okay? But sometimes the alien says no, okay? Yeah. Anyway, I'm having fun today. Can you tell? I've enjoyed recording today's video. It's been one of the more fun ones for me. You probably have been able to tell that, and I've spoken about the last 6 weeks in my life have been pretty dark and crappy. Mentally, I've been to some pretty horrid places. I haven't done it in ages. The old answer is a percentage. Stolen blatantly from Ollie blogs, and there have been days in the last 6 weeks, month to 6 weeks, where that answer for me was pretty much a 0 at points. Yeah, I was that low at times, and I'm back, you know. I bounced back. I'm a fairly, I like to think I used to like to think I was pretty mentally bulletproof. I've learned I'm not, but I've learned I'm fairly mentally resilient. I've got an awesome wife. I've got an awesome daughter, both of whom are great to talk to about different things. I've got great friends that I chat to about stuff like this. And also, I do spend a lot of time in my brain. And sometimes that's what I need. And sometimes it's what running's for as well, you know. And sometimes it's what this is for, you know. For me, sitting here, chatting away to you guys, you never freaking answer back. It's a very one-sided conversation sometimes, you know. No, I'm joking. The interaction with some of you is awesome. And yeah, I've really had fun making today's video. It's been good. Actually, doing the Mace Plus Pig Farmer video, which some of you might not bother watching because you're only here for Terralife, and this one, and getting back into, I've really got back into Timberborn over the last couple of videos. It definitely has switched from a need to get back to making videos, because there was an element of that, to I want to make a video. And that's good, you know. Like tonight, as I said earlier, it took me half an hour or more to get my traveling gaming setup working. I can't remember how long it was. And it could have been quite easy to go, screw it, I'm just going to throw it all back in the bag and worry about it another day. You know, literally unpacked it. The first thing I took out was broken, the Wi-Fi antenna. That doesn't really matter. But I've really enjoyed this. Excuse me. I had an ice cream for dessert, and it's repeating on me a little bit. yeah, I've had a lot of fun. And as I said, it's a video game. It's about having fun. Yeah. So there's a couple of things that I need to cover that I haven't. The first one, and probably if you're one of these people, you're probably not watching at this point anyway. But if you need support, please use the links that are down below, either in the pinned comment if I've remembered to put it there and pin it, or in the video description. If you're downloading Terralife Plus, please use ModHub. It's the only place to download official copies of it, and that way you'll be helping with a free-to-you donation to German Cancer Aid. I think at this point we're probably well over 600 euros. That's only really cost Giants anything. So, yeah. Thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members for supporting me. You are awesome. I have now started doing early uploads on direct to Patreon of videos when I can. So if you want to see the videos early, they're available there an amount of time early. The reason for why is in the Maize Plus Pig Farmer video as to why I've started doing that. It's not just because it's a cool perk for the patrons, but there's a reason why I'm doing it. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We've got 14,000 litres of Lupine. Have a quick look in the old pricing, shall we? White Lupine. Actually, we're not far off a good price. But we'll hang on to it. We'll hang on to it. Mainly because I'm only 90% sure that we weren't going to feed anything with it. So let's just tip it in there for now. And yeah, if you've enjoyed today's video, we've covered a bit of a spectrum, haven't we? Spectrum. If you know, you know. Bit of a run, bit of a feeling a bit down. Finish on a happy note. It's a good thing. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed the video. I've completely forgotten to take a thumbnail because I was going to do it while I was combining, which is a little bit annoying. So who knows what that would have been. But anyway, I'll see you next time.